This is the homework help video for all classes for Tuesday, January 10th, 2012. The homework is 11-3 skills practice dealing with triangles. The first problem I want to do is number 9. It asks us to find the missing measure in each triangle, then classify the triangle as acute, right, or obtuse. Well, you need to know what this symbol means. We talked about that in class. That's 90 degrees. That's a right angle. So we have two of the angle measurements, and also right away we can tell that if we have a 90-degree angle, this is going to be a right triangle. So that's a right triangle. We just need to find what this angle x equals. We know that all the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We learned that in class. So x plus 50 plus 90 altogether would add up to 180. 50 and 90 is 140. So x plus 140 equals 180. So x must be 40. Or if you didn't see that right away, you could subtract 140 from both sides. We've done a lot of problem solving like this. This would go away, and you have x equals 180 minus 140 is 40 degrees. And again, it's a right triangle because it has one right angle. This next triangle is isosceles because you can tell that by these congruent marks. They each have one slash, so that tells you that those two sides are equal, congruent. So that's an isosceles triangle. But we have to classify it by its sides and its angles. If it's isosceles, we know that the angles opposite the congruent sides are also congruent. So these angles are both equal. So if we just call these x, we have 2x plus this 37-degree angle equals 180. Subtract 37 from both sides. And you get, let's see, well, this positive 37 minus 37, that's 0. So I have 2x on this side equals 143. Divide both sides by 2. That's 1x, or just x, equals 143 divided by 2. 7 2s and 14. Subtract, you get 0. Bring down the 3. 1, 2, and 3. We have a remainder of 1, so 71 and 1/2, or 71.5 degrees. Oops, it wasn't asking us that actually. It was asking us to classify by the angles. But if x is 71.5, then that's acute. And if all three angles are acute, that's an acute, isosceles acute triangle. One thing I want to do in this case to make sure I did it right is add up all those angles now that I know that x is 71.5. I have two x's and then 37.0. 5 and 5 is 10, carry the 1. 7, 8, 9, 10, carry the 1. 8 and 7 is 15, 3 and 3 is 18, so 180 degrees, that's what we expect. So that's one way to check your answer, to make sure you figured out those unknown angles correctly. Okay, there's a golden ticket in this homework help video. The question is, how many thirds are there in 3/4? How many thirds are there in 3/4? And if that question doesn't make sense, I want to give you a hint without giving it away. Remember we talked about using easier numbers as a problem solving method. So change these fractions to easier numbers and see what operation you would use to solve it, and then use that operation with the fractions. Okay, I hope that wasn't too much of a hint, but anyway, first person to get me the correct answer to that question wins the golden ticket. Anybody else who brings me a correct answer after that wins 10 tickets for the weekly drawing. And anybody who gives it a shot and doesn't get the right answer wins 5 tickets for weekly drawing. Okay? Hope that helped with the homework, and I'll see you in the morning.